Hello! Today I am here and Rhubarb is here, ready for another semester of the magical readathon. I thought I would do something a little different this year and make one giant video that has the TBR and the monthly vlog and everything in it. So welcome to that, and today I'm just gonna make my TBR. So I'm gonna go look at the syllabus and the reading challenges and get a TBR put together. Okay, so here is what we have so far. I tried to pick a lot of books off of my 2025 must-read list, which didn't go as well as I thought it would, but I got two books. I managed to use Sunbringer as a book with a sun on the cover and Kindred as a book with a prime number amount of letters in the title. I also added Graveyard Shift for a book with an invisible illness. I've heard that the characters all suffer from insomnia, so I thought that the ones I didn't manage to fill we could randomize on Storygraph. So I'm gonna open up my Storygraph and you see how it generates 6 random books from my TBR pile. I'm gonna pick a challenge, refresh it, and whichever the first book is that matches the challenge will go onto my readathon TBR. So the first challenge is for animal studies, hatchlings, and it is a debut book. So I'm gonna refresh. A Dark and Secret Magic is A Dark and Secret Magic. Wallace Kinney debut book. Oh my god, she's cute. Look at her website. My debut novel is out now. Okay, so A Dark and Secret Magic it is. I'm really excited for this. And it's so seasonal for September, like getting in the mood for fall. Ah! All right, the next challenge is Demonology, Impling Outbursts, a book with an emotion in the title. Thirst, is thirst an emotion? I don't know, I kind of feel like it is, right? It says across 2 different time periods, 2 women confront fear, loneliness, mortality, and a haunting yearning. One is 19th century, a vampire arrives from Europe to Buenos Aires, and there's yellow fever, and then in present day Buenos Aires, a woman finds herself grappling with her mother's terminal illness, and she meets a vampire in a cemetery. I love it. This sounds amazing. I'm using it. And then the next challenge is Elemental Studies Stormcall, a book with water on the cover, which would be super easy. Okay, Vespertine. Is this water or smoke? It looks kind of like smoke, yeah? Oh my gosh, we've been through this with the God of Endings. I don't know. I don't know if it's water or not. I just, you know what? Let's give it a second try. Okay, look, we got an ocean. We got an ocean. A riveting modern gothic set at an all-girls boarding school perched on a craggy Scottish peninsula. Rose Christie, a 26-year-old classics teacher and head of the department, discovers that behind the school's elitist veneer lies an impenetrable, starkly traditional culture. So, oh my god, secret circumstances surrounding the abrupt departure of her predecessor? A woman whose ghost lingers everywhere? Okay, this, you know what? I can't wait. There we go. And then the last challenge that I need to fill is Inscriptions Archiving a Vertical Spine Title. So like this is a horizontal spine title and like this is a vertical spine title. And I thought I would look at my shelves for this and see if I have any good options there. Well, actually pretty much all of the classics have it. All of these. But there are a few other options. We have Viper Wine by Hermione Eyre, which actually has been on my TBR probably since before I started BookTube. I think I found this at a thrift store in like my first ever book haul. I got this book called Viper Wine by Hermione Eyre, so maybe now is the time. Besides that, there's really not a lot of vertical spines going on. I don't know. I'm gonna move over to my other bookshelf and see if there's anything over here. Again, really not much. Everything, this is, could do Vasset in the Night. I got this from a Owl Crate. Also, like the first couple months I was on BookTube. Vasset in the Night might be a good one to finally get to. So I might go for Vasset in the Night. It's not that long. It's a YA, so it's probably gonna read pretty easy. That is my TBR. I'm really excited. Please let me know if you're doing Magical Readathon, what's going on your TBR. If you chose anything for a specific reason, I would love to know. And yeah, I will see you on September 1st to start the readathon. Hello, it is finally magical readathon time. I'm so excited. I decided to start with Sunbringer, which is the sequel to Godkiller. It's been a while since I read Godkiller, so I went and read some summaries, like really detailed chapter by chapter summaries, because I just needed to refresh myself on what was going on. So hopefully that prepares me enough to get into this. And I also checked out Madam from my library. They didn't have the ebook, they only had the audiobook, which is fine. I like to have an audiobook going anyway, so this will be it. So I'm really excited about all the creepy gothic boarding school vibes. And yeah, I hope the readathon is off to a good start. Sorry, we had to move to the floor because my neighbors went out into the backyard and I don't want to be like in the window with my camera. So sadly, I think the best decision right now is to DNF it because I want to enjoy it when I read it, so I think I need to save it for a different time when I can reread Godkiller first and get back into the groove. On the bright side, the audiobook I'm listening to, Madam, is really good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm not that far in. The new teacher just arrived at like the prestigious private school she's teaching at, and yeah, the synopsis says there's like a weird traditional conservative undercurrent at the school, and I would say so. I would say it's more than an undercurrent. It's like openly the main culture of the school. Actually, I'm even finding the main character to be a little bit annoying and a little bit naive in that sense, because she's like arrived at the school and these girls that she's teaching are very openly, very explicitly telling her, and still this teacher is like, I just don't understand why these girls don't care about learning Latin. I'm very excited to see where this goes and when she finally starts catching on what she's gonna do, but it's so good so far. Like, I'm really into the audiobook. So since I DNF'd Sunbringer, I'm gonna start on Graveyard Shift, and hopefully if I have a little bit of time today, I can make some progress and make up for the time lost. But today I kind of just wanna have like a nice, cozy, relaxing day. Got a nice, you saw a nice simmer pot on the stove with like cinnamon and clove and orange to make the house smell good. And also I'm gonna bake. I have D&D next weekend and I always like to bring a little baked good. And for some reason this month, I just can't get the thought of pumpkin maple donuts out of my head. But I've never made donuts before, and here's the thing, I'm not deep frying anything. That's not happening. So I need to figure out how to do it. I know that you can technically still make like yeast raised donuts, like the fluffy yeast ones, and bake them in the oven or even in the air fryer, but I've heard that they don't come out great. Some people are saying that they came out like a dinner roll, and that's not what I want. But then other people are saying it turns out okay. So I'm gonna do like a trial test science experiment day today and see if it's possible. And if today fails and I can't do it, then next weekend I will settle for cake donuts, which I know I can make in the oven. But they're not as good as like a yeast donut. So wish me luck, that is the adventure for the day. Some in the oven and then some in the air fryer. I know that an air fryer is like the same thing as a convection oven, but I'm just wondering, like, maybe because it's smaller and the heat can kind of hit it way faster, maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. We're gonna see which ones turn out. And in the meantime, I need to make a maple glaze. Well, here they are. They look pretty good. I will say the oven ones especially are kind of giving dinner roll. This is a dinner roll. And I made this little round one, literally a dinner roll. So, you know what? I'm not super hopeful, but I'm gonna put icing on 2 of them before doing the taste test, just so it's fair. All right, moment of truth. This is the oven one. Ew. It's bread. I don't know if the air fryer one is gonna be that much different. No. Which is fine. Happy to have some cute pumpkin spice bread rolls throughout the week, some pumpkin bagel with cream cheese for breakfast. Like, this is fine, but they're not donuts. I don't think I'm gonna take them to a party. We gave it our best shot. Hello, it is September 13th. I just wanted to pop in and say that I finished reading Graveyard Shift, which I don't know. I know it's a novella, so like you shouldn't expect too much, but it wasn't anything like super fun or compelling in here for me. It's about this group of people who all have insomnia, so they're often kind of running into each other outside this churchyard where they go to smoke in the middle of the night. And then one night they're there and they see some guy come into the graveyard and dump some stuff into a hole. And then they spend the rest of the night trying to figure out who he is and what he's doing there. It wasn't that interesting actually at the end of the day. Like, I could see it. The thing that's actually going on, I thought was very interesting and could have been compelling, but the book isn't about that. It's just about them doing amateur detective work, which just wasn't that interesting for me. I don't know, I didn't like this really. So I finished that and now I'm reading Kindred by Octavia Butler and I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm almost halfway through. This is about a Black woman in the 1970s who somehow starts getting randomly transported back in time to the South in 1815 or something like that. And it seems like she's kind of getting called there at times when she needs to protect this little boy who is one of her ancestors. And yeah, she just kind of keeps getting like sucked back and forth in time throughout this kid's life. And it's really interesting. I'm really enjoying it so far. So we have kind of a busy weekend coming up. Tonight we're going to this flea market that happens in our city like twice a year, and it's actually enormous. It's like this huge thing. It takes up like the entire downtown area. I'm really excited to go see all of the flea market treasures. My wish list, holy grail item that let's manifest that I find one, is a good kind of mid-2000s digital camera. I did not find a digital camera at the flea market last night, but I did find a treasure. I got this necklace, which I think is super pretty, and I haggled for this in German. So I'm also pretty proud of that. I also wanted to update you. I finished Madam last night, and I really enjoyed this. I do have to say it was a bit predictable, and I will also say that the main character continued to annoy the shit out of me. I don't know what this girl's problem was. Like, she was really pissing me off. But still, at the end of the day, this was like a fun and enjoyable read of like just like a messed up gothic boarding school. Very good vibes. So this was fun. Today, as far as what we're up to, we are going on a little trip to a nearby city through the Welcome Center for International Researchers at my university. They put on trips and stuff. So yeah, we're just gonna have a day of exploring and adventuring the cute little city of Bayreuth. Are you okay, Buzz? Oh, I'm so sorry. It was a wood chip. I'm sorry, friend.
You lied.
So I know I said that I wanted one big long video with everything for the month in it, but at this point I think it's starting to get a little bit long for my personal taste. And I still have so much fun stuff planned for the month. Like, we're going on vacation next week, and that doesn't deserve to be crammed into the back half of a long ass vlog, you know? So I just think it's better, let's let it breathe. Let's cut it here and pick back up the second half of the readathon in part 2. So I'm gonna say goodbye here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I would love to hear how your readathon is going, what you're reading, what your character is up to, or if you're not doing the readathon, just in general, what are you up to? What are you reading? I would love to know. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope I get to talk to you soon. Bye.